Stop pleasing people and directly say no if you don't like anything. At least staying in India, I never thought. I always used to go. Maybe I had to wait for some time, maybe 10-15 minutes or sometime half an hour. And then my husband came and told me that do not use the mixer grinder. And then I asked him why. Is if you go to the restaurant, they don't give water. Welcome back to my channel Desi Videsi Girl. So today I'll be talking about a topic which you must have seen a lot of influencers making a video on, that is the cultural shock in Germany. So it has been 4 years now that I'm staying in Germany, and there has been few things which have been really shocking for me. So without doing much delay, let's start this video. But again, before starting this video, let me tell you that these are all my personal experience. What I found as a shock might not be a shock for you. So the very first thing which I found really shocking after moving to Germany is Ruhetag. So Ruhetag means silent day. Ruhe means silent and Tag means day. So in Germany, literally on weekends, like especially on Sunday, people like to stay at home and enjoy a very relaxing days. So on those days, you are not allowed to do any kind of noisy work, like any kind of drilling work, or even if you vacuum, or if you are switching on the mixie, that's also not a nice thing, and people may complain about it. So when I came here in Germany, I was thinking like, okay, fine, Ruhetag, it's not that important. We don't care about these things much because in India, people are really very flexible. So it was a Sunday and I wanted to make matar paneer, and so I put everything on the mixer grinder and I was grinding it, and then suddenly the bell rang. I did not understand much, and then my husband came and told me that do not use the mixer grinder. And then I asked him why. I mean, I'm making matar paneer, I need to use the mixer grinder. And he said that our neighbor complained that it is Ruhetag and I am making noise on Sunday. So from that day, I started taking it really very seriously, and I do not do any kind of noisy work on weekends. And even in the weekdays, in the afternoon, you are not allowed to do any kind of work that makes a lot of noise. If you have neighbors like me, you might fall in trouble. So better do not do such things. Second most shocking thing is appointments. You literally have to take appointment for everything. Even if you have to go for a haircut, you need to take an appointment beforehand. Literally, have you ever thought that you need to take an appointment even for a haircut? At least staying in India, I never thought. I always used to go. Maybe I had to wait for some time, maybe 10-15 minutes or sometime half an hour. If, the people who are doing it, the haircut and the professionals, they are not free. So I was okay waiting for half an hour, but I never thought of, calling them up, taking an appointment. And that also you cannot call on that day itself. You need to take the appointment beforehand and you have to be there on time. So this was literally something which was quite shocking for me. So in short, whatever you do take an appointment before that. So going next is the rules, which I already talked about in the last point. Germany is a country of rules, and there is a rule for everything. There is even a rule when you are walking on a footpath. So you should always be on the right side. Think about, they are so thoughtful. Like when you are walking on a street, you need to be on the right side so that you keep the left side empty for the people who are coming from the other side. When you are in an escalator, you should always be on the right side and keep the left side empty so that if anybody who is in rush, they can use it and literally climb up the escalator and they can reach their destination early. I mean, think how thoughtful they are. Like, I never thought about these things before, or even if nobody would have told me that, okay, you should always be on the right side. I used to walk in the middle of the lane. I used to stand anywhere in the escalator because I was not aware of these rules and regulations. One thing which I really love about this country, and I think every country should have this, is the kind of importance you give to the emergency vehicle. So whenever you hear the sound of a siren, everyone is alert and they try to make space for the emergency vehicle. If they have to jump the red signal, they do that. They put their vehicles on footpath just to make space for the emergency vehicle. And it is not something people just do it. It is also a rule. If because of you any emergency vehicle has to wait, then it is a criminal offense and you have to pay heavy penalty for it. And this is absolutely amazing, and this is not a rule. I would say this should be must. It should be everywhere. Nobody should stop the emergency vehicle, or nobody should come on the way of emergency vehicle. So this is something which I am in absolute love with. The next very shocking thing for me is the directness of people. So now I really like how direct Germans are, but initially when I came, it was kind of very shocking for me, because like people directly say it on your face, no. And which I was not very okay taking it, because if we have to say someone no, we directly do not say no. We try to be bit polite. We just move around the bush. We do not directly say no to the person, or we try to make excuses. But here people are so direct, and if they don't want anything, or on the weekends if they don't want to go out, or if you ask someone to do a task, especially what I've seen in office, if you give someone some task and if the person doesn't want to do it, the person will directly say that no, I don't want to do it, and they'll not make excuses. This is something I have learned from them, and I try to use it. And stop pleasing people and directly say no if you don't like anything. This is the German culture, and which is something I feel is good. The next very shocking thing is you have to do everything by your own. So in India you have so many helpers, but in Germany you literally have to do everything by your own. If you move to a house, then you have to even paint the walls by your own. You can hire people, but it is really very expensive. So people prefer doing things by their own because they don't want to spend so much money for such kind of things. So after coming to Germany, I have literally painted the walls. I have made my own furniture. Obviously, cooking is something we have to do on a daily basis. I have changed the tires of the car. So those things I have never imagined being in India that I'll be doing by myself. But here you have no other option. Either you give a huge amount of money, or you learn doing these things by your own. So I have learned. I hope you guys will also learn it, or you might have learned by now. Have some very good friends of mine whom I know through my work. Like they were my colleagues before, and now they are very good friends of mine. I used to hang out with them, I used to party with them, I used to go out for dinners with them. But in Germany, it's not the case. After 9 to 5, people don't like to spend time with their colleagues, and they do not invite you for birthdays or anniversaries because they have it very clear in their mind that they are my colleagues and not my friends. So I remember, like, I have attended the marriage of my team lead, a lot of my colleagues, and I have been invited to so many birthday parties of my colleagues' children. But you should not expect these things in Germany. They will be telling you, tomorrow is my son's birthday or tomorrow is my daughter's birthday, and you'll expect that they'll invite you, but that is not going to happen. They'll not invite you. And another shocking thing which I found is regarding birthday. So what I was used to in India, that on the day of my birthday, if I go to office, my colleagues or my teammate used to bring cake for me and we used to cut it, and that was a norm. So we used to collect money and bring cake for the person who had the birthday. But in Germany, it's exactly the opposite thing. If you want to celebrate your birthday on your workplace, you have to bring your own cake, and then you can cut that cake and you can distribute it to your colleagues and your other team members. But do not expect that they'll bring a cake for you and that cake you will cut. Okay, and one last thing which this list is literally endless, but one last thing which I would like to say, which was a shock for me, is if you go to the restaurant, they don't give water, you have to buy it. Like in India, we know that I go to a restaurant, they will give me water. I mean, obviously, if I want mineral water, bottled water, I need to order that and I have to pay for it. But in Germany, in all the restaurant, even in Indian restaurant, you have to order water. I think these are all the points which I think came in my mind while I was making this video, or I was thinking of making this video. If I have missed something which is like really shocking, do let me know in the comment section. I would love to read those comments and know what are the other things which people find shocking. And do let me know in the comment section, guys, how did you find this video? Do you really think these shocking things are really shocking for you guys? And if you like this video, like, share and subscribe to my channel, and this will motivate me to make more such videos. Thank you everyone for watching this video. See you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.